games in 8 days, and especially with going to the week a little shorthanded, you usually like to play larger benches, and you only really had about 8 real players from the rotation last week.
Up and down is an understatement, my friend. Man, yeah, we're good, and obviously 4 games in 8 days is tough, but we can't use that as an excuse. We're in that situation, and we got to come out and win basketball games. But I know having some rest for the last couple of days has been good. I gave a couple of days off so we can kind of get our legs back under us, and they really had a really good day today. So hopefully we can continue that effort and continue that energy on into tomorrow.
And just a quick follow-up, have any updates on Amaya Finkley and Talia Washington?
Yeah, they're back, so we're all good.
Our next question will be from Joshua St. Croix.
Hi, Coach. I'm working on a story about Marcus Shelmadine. Just wondering if you could describe a little bit of the role that he plays on your staff and just kind of what he's meant to your program.
Yeah, Marcus is awful. So, yeah, Marcus is great, man. Marcus is, Marcus has been with us before, and the thing, what he does for us is he has a perspective from a WNBA background, and that's been so good for us for our scouting, for our video that's going out to club teams and pro teams for our players. And what he does is invaluable. I mean, all the cut-ups that he does for us, and the edits to get us ready to play. We can't play without Marcus. Marcus' role is tremendous and is definitely necessary. And he does a masterful job in just getting us everything we need to get ready to play. And Marcus is just, I'm just say Marcus is great. He does a really good job for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Our next question will be from Tim Nolan.
Hey, Coach, good to speak to you again. A couple games ago, you said how you were a little disappointed about how the zone was collapsing on Louisville shooters, and that allowed them to get open beyond the perimeter. It seems like against Clemson, you went with a lot more full court press. You had much more success doing that. Is that something you're going to go with going forward more?
Yeah, we definitely wanted to press, and that's how we play. But the hard part is, playing those 4 games in 8 days, you got to try to conserve some of those energies and kind of pressing spurts. Now, obviously, the second half of the Clemson game was tremendous without pressure. It got us back into the game, and we took the lead. So we know that's the key to our success. But having 4 games in 8 days, right off of being out for 28 days almost, is just, it was tough. But at the end of the day, our girls did a really good job of just really being tough, really being diligent in our scheme and what we do, and it got us back in the game. So hopefully, now we're back to full strength, and we can continue to press that way and play our way and play our tempo.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Thomas Schultz.
Hey, Coach. So far, all 3 of your losses have come on the road. Is that just a coincidence, or is there more stress traveling due to the pandemic or something like that?
No, it's like any other year. The road is the road. It's how it is. You go into every season, and you look at road games in your conference, and if you go and you can split your road games and win your home games, you're in great shape. And obviously we don't want to lose any of them. But at this point, we got to start getting those games back. So if you have a team that you play twice, you definitely got to at least split those games. But the road is just not being in your own surroundings, and game prep is different. Video rooms are different, but still, you got to come out and play with effort, play with energy. You still should be able to take care of those games.
Thanks, Coach.
Our next question is from Roshan Fernandez.
Hi, Coach. So I think Priscilla Williams has been obviously, like, she had the game against Miami where she went 9 from 9 from the field. She's really hot at times, and there's other times where maybe her shots aren't falling and she's not heating up as much. What's the key to getting her hot? And I guess what do you tell her when maybe those shots aren't coming?
But she gotta just keep shooting the ball. She gotta keep taking open shots and not pass up shots. You know, she's a threat. She's doing her job. Every time the ball touches her hand, the other team is yelling shoot her. So she's doing her job, and she has the respect of our opponents, and she's creating space for us. The key is that she got to just continue to take open shots and not be worried about the results of shooting the ball, because she's going to make shots because she's a good shooter.
And just as a follow up to that, I talked with her high school coach, and he was saying that in high school, obviously she had the ball in her hands 90% of the time. And he said she's kind of been struggling a little bit with off ball movement. I guess what would you say about that and what you've seen from her?
Maybe I need to put the ball in her hand 90% of the time, and she won't struggle. Maybe I need to do that. I don't know. I mean, I don't put a lot of stock into that, because these are two different levels, and off the ball, it's not about she's struggling. It's about she just made 8 or 9 threes in a game. So she's getting a lot more attention off the ball, and they're able to take her away a little bit. But she's got to just continue to run our offense, run our system, and just hunt her three, hunt her shot. When she gets open shot, she got to take it.
And our last question is from Mike Curtis. Mike, I think you're on mute.
Can't hear you, Mike.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Got you.
Good to see you again, man.
Good to see you, partner.
My question is about Erica Morrow. She's been back with the program since a little bit before Christmas. She's got a month to kind of really set in. What can you say about having her back with the program after all she's done for you as a player with the program?
Well, she's played for me. I think that's the biggest advantage she has with coaching our players. She played for me. She knows our system. She knows what I expect, and that's been great. And she's been just a great asset to our players, as far as helping them out through different situations on the floor, helping them out through different schemes. And I don't know. I mean, she's been great. She's a great player for us, and she's really running into a great coach as well.
Yeah. If I have a quick follow-up, do you have a favorite memory of her as a player or coach?
Yeah, scoring. Yeah, no, she was a very explosive scorer. She's a good leader. Erica was a good leader for our team. I thought back in those days we had a really tight knit group of young ladies, and they were really close. But Erica, Tasha Harris, and Cole Michael, all those kids, they were great leaders, and they coached our team from the locker room. There are very few things that I had to coach off the floor or in situations, because they had a really good pulse on what was going on.
Appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
We do have one more question from Tyler Rowe.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
How are you?
Good. Just can you speak a little bit on how important the next couple of games are for the team coming off 2 tough losses? And then also, how do you plan on utilizing Cardoso early on in games going forward? I think she only had like 2 or 3 field goal attempts in the first half versus Clemson, and then she kind of had a really good second half. So if you could just speak on those 2 things. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, playing at home, those games are critical. You want to win your home games. So our next 2 games are critical. We need to win both of these games. So that's going to be, right as the most important games of our season right now, are the ones that's coming up. I thought in the first half with Camilla, there was a couple of things. She got in some foul trouble, so got her off the floor early in the first half. But we got to do a good job of punching the ball inside early in transition. We got to do a very good job of getting the ball to her on the midline. Those are things that we try to do every game, but it's the same deal, guys. When you have players that are performing at a high level, your opposing coaches are not going to just let them catch the ball on the midline. They're not going to just let them catch the ball in transition. They're gonna do some things to try to take her away, and they've been doing a good job of scheming for her. But we still got to do a better job of scheming and getting the ball to her. But think the big thing is keeping her on the floor and keeping her out of foul trouble.
Thanks, Coach.
Welcome.
Great. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be joined by players shortly.
Hey, Suze, can I get one question or is it too late? I had another call. I'm sorry.
No, you got it, buddy. I'm gonna step in on this one, Mark. You got it.
All right. You sit a little closer there, Jim. You're nice and
Next game.
tight today.
Next game.
Okay. Hey, Q, just wanted to ask you how much the last two games and falling out of the rankings is a big deal to you guys. I'm sorry if you've already been asked this, but is that a big deal? Are you talk about that?
Well, yeah, I don't want to say it's a big deal, but you definitely know when you're ranked and when you're not ranked, because we always I'm reminded when we're not. So, but it's a great expectation that's been put on us lately, and it's a good thing. So we welcome that. We want to be ranked. We want to be known as one of the top teams in the country. And obviously, when you lose 2 games, you deserve exactly what you get out of the rankings. So yeah, we definitely discussed that. So we understand the importance of winning and trying to keep our program ranked and being on the national scene.
And just a real quick follow-up. I mean, you did enter the season with more expectations than maybe ever. Has it been a burden? Do you feel like you guys are feeling the weight of that, or what's going on with the team?
No, I don't think so. I just think that being out and not being able to practice has been the biggest thing for us, because when you think about it, we have 7 newcomers. We've played 10 games. That would be 3 more games left in our non-league schedule, or 2 more games left in our non-league schedule. I think this is a byproduct of not having enough time on the floor to practice and to get your newcomers involved in what we do. This is definitely the year of the post grad and the grad transfers and having a totally veteran team, because those are the teams that are going to be really clicking early in the season because they know what they're doing and they know their system. We still, I think we got kids who haven't been to a 4-week of class since they've been on campus. So this is a very tough year for freshmen, coming in and trying to be a college basketball player. So a lot of it is just not having enough time in the gym to practice and not having enough time in the gym to gel with your teammates. So it's been daunting, but we have good players and we got to find a way to get them going.
Thank you, Q. Really appreciate it.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thanks.